George Zimmerman's wife, briefly locked up today in the same jail where her husband is behind bars. Prosecutors in Central Florida slapped Shellie Zimmerman with perjury charges. They accuse her of lying to a judge about her family's finances to get her husband a lower bond. She posted a $1,000 bond and is now out of jail. George Zimmerman, of course, the neighborhood watchman who admits killing the unarmed teenager Trayvon Martin. The same judge revoked Zimmerman's bond earlier this month after prosecutors also accuse him of misleading the court about his money. In the just-released order to revoke his bond, the judge wrote that Zimmerman, quoting here, has now demonstrated that he does not properly respect the law or the integrity of the judicial process. Zimmerman has pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder, the charge in Trayvon Martin's death. He says he shot the teenager in self-defense. Phil Keating with the news. He's live for us in Central Florida. And Phil, the state attorney's office seems to indicate it caught Zimmerman's wife red-handed.
In tape-recorded audio and in bank records. At the time of George Zimmerman's bond hearing in April, prosecutors say about $135,000 had been donated to his defense fund via George's Justice for George website. But Shellie Zimmerman, his wife, when she testified by phone at his bond hearing, implied they had very little money.
How much money is in that website right now? How much money as a result of that website was...
Currently, I do not know.
Do you have any estimate as to how much money has already been obtained?
I do not.
But in the days before, prosecutors say bank records prove Shellie Zimmerman transferred money from George Zimmerman's account 8 times. Each transfer just under 10 grand, totaling nearly $75,000. George Zimmerman's new bond hearing is in 2 weeks, Trace.
Meantime, Phil, Trayvon Martin's parents were not far from that jail today, hoping to change Florida's controversial Stand Your Ground law.
Yeah, Governor Rick Scott's task force created to assess the impacts of the 7-year-old controversial self-defense law here in Florida held its first public hearing today, testifying in front of the panel, attorneys, law enforcement, as well as the public, some defending the law, others criticizing it.
I'm not against the Second Amendment. I grew up with a gun in my household. My dad was a police officer in Miami that has retired now, so I'm not against guns. But it's something seriously wrong when there's a minor child that was unarmed and he's dead right now.
Nationwide, half of the states have their own version of a Stand Your Ground law, 25 states in total. The task force in Florida will make its recommendations after a few more hearings to state lawmakers later this year. Trace.
Phil Keating live for us in Central Florida.